This is the test review, test 1, part B. So when graphing an inequality in two variables, if the inequality has a less than or equal to or a greater than or equal to, should it be solid or dashed? So here, when I see a solid line, I draw a solid line. So this should be solid. When I don't see the solid line over here, then I have to do a dashed line. Okay? Next question. Graph the inequality. So whenever you see one of these signs, it means you have to color one side. So because this is already in the form y equals mx plus b, we can just graph it directly. So this is the y-intercept, and this is my slope. So here it's 3, but it needs to be a fraction. So here I'm going to put my point here at 6, and then I make this a fraction, 3 over 1. Now remember, when you have slope, the top number is always about up and down. The bottom number is always left and right. Okay, so here, because it's positive, we're going to go up, and because this one is positive, we're going to go right. So first we put a point at 6. Oh my, it's hard to see. There's 6. And then starting at 6, we go up 3. 1, 2, 3, and over 1. Okay, I'm going to do it again because I can't see it very well. Up 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1. And now, is it going to be dashed or solid? Now because I see a solid line, I'm going to draw a solid line. Okay. There. Now because we have these inequality signs, it means we have to color one side. So I'm going to take the easiest point, 0, 0, and substitute it into this inequality. So wherever there's an x and y, I'm going to put a 0. I put brackets here because it's touching a number. This really means 3 times x. So 3 times x is 0. So when I read it this way, if I'm walking this way, this is me, I'm walking, I go 0 and I touch the big side first. So 0 is bigger than 6. Is 0 bigger than 6? Is 0 bigger than 6? Well, here's 0 and here's 6. 0 is smaller, so this is false. So the point 0, 0 here in the middle is false. That means all these points are false and all these points are true. What side do we color? Yeah, we always color the true side. Okay, next question. Graph the following inequality. So here I have 2 letters, x and y, 2 variables. So I'm just going to put it in the form y equals mx plus b. So 2x plus 3y is less than 6. So I have to get y by itself. So if you remember, if I pretend y is me, here's me. This is my best friend, so I have a heart. It's my best friend. And my neighbor's kind of far away. If I have to get rid of one of them, who would I get rid of first? Would I get rid of my best friend or would I get rid of my neighbor? Yeah, I'm going to get rid of my neighbor first. So I have to get rid of the 2x. So to move the 2x to the other side, I'm going to go minus 2x because it's plus. I do the opposite, plus minus 2x. That's gone. So now I have 3y is less than, Now, see how I have the x term first? I have to write this first. And this goes after, but because there's nothing in front, it means it's a positive, so I write plus 6. So now y still needs to be alone. So this is 3 times y. So to get rid of the 3, I'm going to do the opposite, divide by 3. Because 3 over 3 is equal to 1. So that's 1y. I keep this as a fraction, but let's check to see if we can make it more simple. Negative 2 over 3, nope. Let's check to see if we can make this one more simple. Yes, that's just 2. So that's plus 2. So now this is my y-intercept. That's where I'm going to put my point. And then this is my slope. And it's negative 2 over 3. So here, this means go down, because the top number is always up and down. And because he's negative, you go down. The bottom number's left and right, but because he's positive, we're going to go right. So it says put a point at 2. So we always look on the y-axis, and it says put a point at positive 2. And then it says go down 2, right 3. 1, 2, right 3. Down 2, right 3. There. Now before I draw my line, I have to go, is it solid or dashed? Do you see a solid line here? Nope. So because you don't see this solid line, it means it's going to be dashed. So be careful. Make sure it's dashed. Okay. Now we have to color one side. So now I'm going to take the easiest point 0, 0, substitute it into this inequality. So wherever there's an x and y, I'm going to put 0. That's 0, that's 0, so that's 0. Is 0, I'm going to read it this way. So this is me walking. Okay, I'm walking this way, I say 0, and then I touch the small side first, so that's small. Is 0 smaller than 6? Is 0 smaller than 6? Is 0 smaller than 6? Yeah, 0 smaller than 6. So here's 0, here's 6. You can see 0 is smaller. So that means this point here, 0, 0, is true. That means all these points are true, and all these points are false. And what side do we color? Yeah, we always color the true side. No. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay. This looks like it's already in the form y equals x plus b. The y is by itself, we have an x term, and we have like a number just hanging off at the end by itself, the constant term. But there's a number hiding in front of the x. It's hiding in front of the x. Yeah, a 1. So this is my y-intercept. That's where I'm going to put the point and start. And this is my slope. The number in front of the x, always the slope. Okay? It's just 1. But it has to be a fraction. So I have to make it a fraction. So I put it over 1. Always over 1. Now remember, slope is the number on the top is always both up and down, and the number on the bottom is right or left. Okay, he's positive, so it's up. He's positive, so it's right. So we put a point at 4, positive 4 on the y-axis, because this is our y-intercept, and this is y. And it says go up 1, right 1. Up 1, right 1. Up 1, right 1. I do it a lot. There. Just so I can make a straight line. Before you draw it, is it solid or dashed? I don't see a solid line. These solid lines. So that means it's dashed. So. There. But now, because it's an inequality, we have these signs. It means we have to draw the line and then color one side. So to decide what side to color, we choose the easiest point that's not on the boundary line. We choose 0, 0. Any point you want, but 0, 0 is easy. And substitute it into this inequality. So wherever there's an x and y, put zeros. 0 plus 4 is 0, or is 4. Now I'm going to read it this way. I'm walking this way, I touch the 0, and then I run into the big side first. Okay, so this says 0 is bigger than 4. Is 0 bigger than 4? Is 0 bigger than 4? Is 0 bigger than 4? No, that's false. That means when I substitute this point into the inequality, it's false. That means all these points, when I substitute them into this inequality, are false. that means this side is true. And what side do I color? Yeah, I always shade in or color the true side. Okay?